What's up, guys? Thanks for clicking on Rivers and Ridgelines. If you don't know me, my name's Eric, and today we are at Cherokee Lake in Tennessee. I spent quite a lot of time on the road today, so I'm looking forward to hitting the water. Let's go. You know, it's difficult to find a place that gives you a feeling of being remote, and that isn't crawling with people, and also somewhere that you can camp and not really be bothered by people. And that's why I drove all the way out to Cherokee Lake, Tennessee. It was a long drive. I've been here for very, like an hour, I think, and this place checks off a lot of boxes. The water's really clear, not as clear as Fontana Lake, but pretty clear. And while there are occasional houses on the shores, there's just so many islands, and of course I knew that from Google Earth, that I don't think we'll have a problem finding a spot to camp. I packed a lot of stuff. My plan is to stay for 2 nights. But I just decided to turn the engine off and enjoy the solitude for a little bit. I am on a different boat today. I brought a Boston Whaler 130 Super Sport. It's got the same dimensions, similar dimensions as the Whaley. It's a small boat, but because of the way it's built, it provides a lot more space. It's a much drier ride than the Whaley, and in general just kind of makes the Whaley feel more like a toy than a boat. So it's really nice to be able to kick my feet up on the bow here and relax, and to have some comfortable places to sit, at the helm, to put in some hours on the water, which I fully intend on doing. I brought a bunch of gas. The boat itself has 2 6-gallon tanks, and then I brought an additional 5 gallons, so 17 gallons. We should be able to see a good bit of the lake over the next few days. I did bring a fishing pole. Not entirely sure I'll catch anything. Probably won't, but it won't stop me from trying. I fully intend on getting as much relaxation and time on the water as possible. But I think I want to see what else we have going on here. I haven't seen too many people on the lake. 2 or 3 boats and a couple of girls on a jet ski, and that's it. Can't hear cars. No planes overhead. I chose well. found this little cove and I decided to take a quick little swim, right? And it just so happens that like right behind me there's a tiny little water trail that leads to a lake. Well, probably not a lake, but another body of water on a larger island. And I'm really tempted to like at least push the boat through it, because I doubt it's that deep. Where we're sitting right now, it's only 9.2 feet deep. But I don't want to damage the boat. And there's the rub when it comes to the whaley whaler decision, right? I'm not sure I'd even take the whaley through there. But wouldn't hurt so bad on the whaley. Nevertheless, whaler for the win. But I'm really kind of tempted to go check it out. Worst case scenario, I could always just anchor the boat and take a walk, and maybe that's what I'll do. Something to do tomorrow. It's kind of, I mean, it's not getting late. It's only 2:30. But I'd like to have an idea of where I want to camp before it gets to be too late in the day. I can say that the further up the lake I went, I guess towards, there's the river that feeds it. I don't know the name of the river. There's more houses, which you can't blame people, and these are nice houses, but I don't like to be camped on a waterfront that houses that like I can see houses, or that they can see me. Not because I think anybody will do something weird, but just because I at least like the illusion of being by myself. So, I guess I'll head down lake and pick one of those islands. I will say there's a lot worse I could be doing on a Tuesday afternoon rather than looking for an island to camp on in a really beautiful lake. So, no complaints on my end. Found a beautiful island, man. It's got good views from both sides, good coverage, so there's nice shade here right now. I was just working my way down the lake, and I saw an opening in the trees, and I thought, hey, that looks pretty good. And as I got closer, I noticed there was a sign, wherever it is. I think that's it. But there's some islands you can't camp on here. They're privately owned. And so there's a website called TVA, Tennessee something or other. And you could download their app, and it'll tell you what islands are good to camp on. Now, it kind of takes a little bit of the magic away from me to have like designated camp spots. but it's always best to camp and establish camp spots anyways. And you always want to be respectful of people who are trying to conserve certain areas. I'm not that great at anchoring on my own yet. Usually it's my wife and I, and she'll either throw the anchor or kick it into reverse to set the bow anchor, and then I always just do the stern anchor by hand. So all the land around here, at least around this island, is red clay. So that stern anchor didn't really want to set, but we got it. I'm gonna want to put the bimini top down before nightfall. I have to go back on the boat. I left the big cooler on there with all the food because I just don't want to lug a 45-liter Yeti if I don't have to. I did bring a smaller cooler with the only thing that's in that is drinks. So I guess I will go ahead and set up camp. This is gonna be a good night. I knew there would be good spots here, but this is really nice. So like I said, they are calling for thunderstorms tomorrow, but the weather changed like every day over the past 3 days. It was supposed to be storming right now, and it's been doing that back in North Carolina too. I guess just that time of year. They call for thunderstorms and they don't happen, but nevertheless, there's a good chance of thunderstorms tomorrow. I am going to put the tarp up later. I mean, obviously it's up. I am going to stake it out before I go to sleep. All I brought with me was my inflatable pillow and a 50-degree sleeping bag, like a summer bag, and a sleeping bag liner. I doubt I'm gonna need both of those. Good chance I won't need either one, but I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. I do a real good job of getting caught up in that when I'm packing, especially when I'm on a boat, because I'm able to pack so much more. I do miss being on the kayak, but I have some stuff planned. So let's see. I'll probably start getting dinner ready shortly. I go to bed much earlier than most people do, so it is getting to be about my dinner time. But I think I'm just gonna sit and relax for a little bit. It is kind of an involved dinner. I decided it's so rare that I get to come out camping that I want to start making special meals. So it's gonna be an involved dinner. It should be fun to cook though, but not yet. So I took a walk around the island, picked up some wood, readjusted the boat anchor just to get it a little bit further away from the shore. And I figure it's about time to start dinner. It is a little bit early, but like I said, it's going to be an involved dinner. I'm going to be butter basting a steak, of course, steak. Nice, like 1 inch, 1.5 inch thick steak, um, in a cast iron pan. And aside from making bannock, I don't really have too much experience cooking in cast iron, but it's something I've always, well, recently have been really wanting to do. So I didn't think that my little burner stove would be able to support the weight. I wasn't sure I'd really want to have a fire, and I have like a little fire pit, like a little charcoal grill that folds up nice and small, but it doesn't get very hot. I mean, even cooking a steak right on it takes quite some time. So what I thought of looking into was finding a charcoal chimney to light some charcoal, and I found this collapsible one on Amazon that I'm really excited about. So I don't have the brand. Unfortunately, it didn't come with a bag, but folds down pretty small. Little support handle folds out. Grab handle folds up, and then this first grate just drops in there. And then it has a grate for on top. So I reckon I can get enough charcoal hot enough on this to be able to cook effectively in a cast iron. So I plan on boiling a potato, cutting up and boiling a potato, making a mashed potato, butter basting the steak, and then quickly cooking some asparagus while the steak rests. That's the plan, at least. Well, that didn't go anything as planned. I'm not sure how much of it I got on camera. Once that cast iron went on the coals, man, it was on. It got a little too hot, I think. The butter burned, it turned black. And I wasn't really able to baste this steak because it was just going so fast. But it doesn't look terrible. I don't know how much of that you can actually see because of the lighting, but there's a good sear on it. And it's pretty juicy still. Let's see. It's not bad. I would have liked to have seasoned it, but I thought that basting it with like rosemary and thyme and garlic, roasting in the butter, would flavor it enough, but since it went so fast, it does have a nice seared flavor, for good reason. And it is nice and juicy, but still have to practice. But eating a steak on an island in a beautiful lake with nice weather. I can't complain. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this, clean up. I just checked the weather, and it looks like it's gonna get kind of nasty tonight. So I gotta make sure everything's buttoned up real good before the sun goes down. I mean, I still have like 2 hours, but time goes fast when you're out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do what I do and inhale this. I'm gonna give one of these packet gourmet desserts a try. Got strawberry cheesecake. Had it seeping for 10 minutes with cold water. And gotta add the crust. Let's see what we have here. That's what it looks like. I mean, tastes just like cheesecake. Maybe a little bit sweeter than the cheesecake I usually eat, but it's good. I'm gonna go ahead, finish this, and enjoy the sunset, and just get as much relaxing in as possible. It's so nice to be back in the hammock, even though it's kind of humid out, and it's still pretty warm. It's pretty comfortable in the hammock. I've found that when it's really humid, if I wear a shirt, like a moisture wicking shirt, helps me feel dry. If I didn't have a shirt on, I'd be kind of like sticky and sticking to the hammock and stuff. So, I think all things considered, if there was a nice breeze, that would be a plus. But it's not terrible right now. It's supposed to go down to 70, so that'll be really nice. But I hope you guys are having a nice night wherever you are. I'm gonna finish watching a YouTube video here. I don't know if you'll be able to see that because the light, but yeah, hope you guys are having a nice night, and and I'll catch you in the morning. All right, good night. definitely been taking my time this morning. I should probably pick up the pace. I had some coffee and just kind of enjoyed the quiet for a while, waiting for the sun to rise. It's really gray right now. They push the forecast keep pushing the expected rain back and back and back, and I don't think it's expected until like 2 p.m. today. So we'll have plenty of time on the water. And it's kind of nice that it's gray. Being out in the sun all day long, even though I do have that bimini on the boat, it's pretty rough. So I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my blueberry granola and start packing it up and try to figure out some fishing stuff. All right, we got the sun poking out of the clouds here and there. Beautiful morning. These islands, man, there's so many islands here that, like, you'll be, making your way down the lake, and something that you don't expect to be an island is an island. Like, there's so many different little paths, and really neat lake. So I think what I'm going to do here is kind of get myself out to somewhere that'll be safe for me to just float, and I'm going to try to tie a leader onto my braid and head in the opposite direction that I went yesterday, and see if I can find somewhere to hang out for a bit. Found myself this nice little nook, pretty protected from the wind. I'm in about, 20 some feet of water. This is actually kind of pleasant. I can see why people do this. Really relaxing. It's kind of raining on and off. I went and switched one of my camera batteries, and it looks like several of my camera batteries just didn't hold a charge. So I'm running on fumes as far as batteries go. So I'll have to be sure to order some more before next week, because I have another trip planned. I just shoot so much B-roll. Like, I want to share what's going on around me with you guys. Otherwise, it's just looking at me, and that's not how you want to spend 20 minutes of your day. So we'll see what we're able to eke out as far as batteries go. Watch, batteries will run out right before I catch the big one.